What's going on? Today we're talking about saunas. What do they actually do for you? Should you be using them? And at the end, I'm going to give you two different protocols you can use if you want to use them for recovery and for improving your aerobic capacity. If you're new here, hi, my name is Miles. I'm the owner of Train with Miles, and this right here is Trainer Takes, a series where I give my unfiltered opinion on topics I read about within my blog relating to performance and longevity. And I approach these videos more like a conversation I'm having with one of my clients if they ask me a question like, what do saunas do? I release a blog every Friday on my website, trainwithmiles.com. You can go ahead and check that out. Link is below in the show notes. And I also release a video just like this right here on YouTube every Monday. So go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell, like, share, comment, do all the things. It'll really help this channel grow and send more content like this to you and to people who enjoy it. All right, enough of that stuff. Let's jump into it. Saunas. This has been a huge boom in the wellness world now. I feel like every gym I go to has a sauna, has a cold tub, and there's so many people talking about the benefits of it and how it's going to improve your, it's going to drop your inflammation. It's going to improve your mitochondrial density. It's really important for recovery and for performance, blah, 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 blah. So much out there, so much out there. So for sake of simplicity, I'm going to keep this video relatively short. And I'm just going to get right into it as what do saunas actually do? Saunas mimic low to moderate intensity exercise by increasing your core temperature and increasing your heart rate. That's all saunas do. And that's where all of the benefits stem from, is mimicking low to moderate intensity exercise. So all those things you've heard, heat shock proteins and decreased inflammation and things like that, that's all due to increasing your core temperature and increasing your heart rate. And all of those are going to be related to those cardioprotective benefits that have been talked about as well. So to keep that as short as possible, if you're looking to use a sauna to achieve any recovery benefits or inflammation or whatever, all you really have to know is that it's mimicking low to moderate intensity exercise. And so if you're able to do low to moderate intensity exercise, 100% do that over a sauna. It's going to give you all the benefits you get from a sauna and more, like joint loading, mechanical tension, proper loading to the tendons, ligaments, muscular work as well, whereas saunas give you just the cardio benefits and the reactions to your increased core temperature, but you're just seated. So if you can do exercise, 100% do that over a sauna. A sauna just mimics the reactions you'll see through that exercise. So all of the things you're hearing are all tied to that. And that's really what a sauna does in the end. You might have heard different types of saunas, like an infrared sauna or a Finnish sauna or dry sauna or whatever. The only difference there is how they heat you up. Infrared saunas are much lower in temperature and the light heats you up from inside out, whereas a Finnish sauna is just a hot room with steam, very humid, much more intense than infrared, and that heats you up from the outside in. But again, all the benefits you'll see from both of those saunas strictly come because they're mimicking, that's right, low to moderate intensity exercise by increasing your core temperature and raising your heart rate. And when I say low to moderate intensity exercise, what I mean there is things like walking, maybe rucking, light biking, where you can breathe in and out through your nose. If you like to weight train, maybe you do higher reps, so like muscular endurance type training, low weight, high reps, things like that. Something that where you can do an activity, you're sweating a little bit, but you're not exhausted, like I can't breathe. You're working out, breathing out through your nose, and able to sustain that for a longer period of time. That is what a sauna is mimicking. So when you hear about the recovery benefits, yes, it's definitely valid. That's because of the raise of your core temperature and also the drop of the increase of your heart rate. So all that to say, whenever I like to, whenever I look at any sort of modality or thing that will produce an effect, I always like to look at what the root cause of the effect is stemming from. Where is that stemming from? And in a sauna, it's not stemming from being actually in the sauna itself. The sauna itself is just a vessel that is mimicking another activity that you can do, and that's what's causing the effects. So without kind of rambling on and on about that, all you have to know with the sauna is that it mimics low to moderate intensity exercise, and that's going to be the main reason why it gives you the benefits that it does. So if you want to add that into your routine, do it. Great, awesome. Obviously, if you have heart problems or you are sick or something like that, consult a doctor. But for the general healthy population, if you want to start off with a sauna, maybe do infrared to begin with. It's a little bit more comfortable environment, not as intense. And if you want to jump into a dry or finish sauna over time, do that as well. They're going to give you similar benefits. One is not going to be better than the other. And also when it comes to infrared, there's really no negative effects with infrared. Just make sure that you're not doing it too much. There's a spectrum when it comes to ultraviolet lights. That's on one end, and then on the other end is going to be infrared lights. If you spend too much time or too much time in an intense infrared light area, then you can start to see some negative consequences to your skin health and things like that. But in my blog, I put a lot more detail around that. I'm not gonna get into too much about that. But just know infrared saunas are generally safe, especially the ones that you see in commercial settings. They have to go through a whole bunch of testing, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But again, if you are concerned, I have specific things you can ask the gym owner to see if the sauna is in that good range for you. Now, if you want to get into doing saunas, there are two protocols I like to recommend, and I actually do myself as well. The first one is going to be for recovery. If you're looking to recover with a sauna, very easy. If you go to an infrared or a finished sauna, this one's more so for finished saunas. Do 10 to 20 minutes in the sauna, jump out, either sit in a moderate temperature room, like normal temperature, or jump into a cold tub, about 1 minute to 2 minutes, and cool down, and then jump back into a sauna, do another 10 to 20 minutes, and repeat that cycle 2, 3, or 4 times there. That's going to give you a good amount of blood flow. It's going to increase your core temperature, which is going to benefit the stress response that your cells see, and it's going to also allow you to work on lymphatic drainage and get your circulation going as well. So that's something that you can do on an off day or on a very, very low intensity day to just help with recovery. Now, if you're looking for saunas to improve your aerobic endurance, your cardiovascular base, then what I like to do is I like to do zone 1 to 2 training. For me, it's on a bike, a little more controllable. So I'll do about 45 minutes to 90 minutes on the bike, and then I'll jump off the bike and I'll go into a sauna for another 10, 20, or 30 minutes there. The reason you do that is because it's still mimicking that zone 1, zone 2 heart rate, which means that I'm extending the time that I'm in zone 1 and 2, but I'm having less load on my joints. And for runners specifically, this could be very, very, very important. If you're training for a marathon and you have your lower intensity days where you have to build that base, that's going to be an extended amount of time on your feet. And if you're new to running, that extended amount of time on your feet could lead to injuries if you're not doing things right or programming right or progressing right. Now, if you, let's say, can run for like 30 minutes and you're feeling great, but then you have to do 45 minutes, an hour, so on. What you can do instead is you can do 30 minutes of your easy zone 1, zone 2 runs, then 10, 20, maybe 25 minutes. Try not to go above 30 minutes in a sauna. It's just not really helpful. It's just gonna be really, really intense. So 10, 20 minutes in a sauna, and that's going to extend your time in zone 1 and 2 by about 10 or 20 minutes, which means that you'll be getting around 45 minutes of that low to moderate intensity exercise in zone 1 and 2, and you'll only be putting about 30 minutes of load onto your tendons, joints, and ligaments. So those are 2 ways you can add saunas into your routine, but if you don't have access to a sauna, you don't have to sweat. All you have to do is go outside and go for a walk. And you're gonna get the same benefits as you do within the sauna. If you wanna wear a sweatshirt, tie it up and get more sweat going on, you can do that as well. Again, not super needed, but it can mimic that sauna, that core temperature increase. You could also ride a bike, go for a quick jog. Any sort of movement that gets your heart rate up a little bit, it's gonna mimic the effects that you'll see within the sauna. So don't have to stress if you don't have access to that. So hope this all makes sense. In the end, all you really have to think about with a sauna is that it mimics low to moderate intensity exercise. All of the benefits you're gonna see from sauna usage stems from that. That's it. The sauna itself is not going to give you magical powers and help you to recover, get stronger, or whatever. It's all stemming from mimicking low to moderate intensity exercise. So I hope I harped on that enough to get through, but hope this all makes sense. If you have any questions at all, please comment below. Happy to talk through anything. You can also email me as well. My email is going to be linked below. So hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.